Hi, I hope you're having a lovely day. Today I'm going to be trying out the right hand versus left hand challenge. This challenge is what I kept calling, while drawing it, an oldie but a goodie, because I'm clearly 1 million years old and experienced the Great Depression personally. For those who don't know, the right hand versus left hand challenge is pretty much what it says in the box. You use your dominant hand to draw one image and then you attempt to reproduce it with your left hand, or non-dominant hand, in my case my left hand. I didn't try to make the first drawing crazy complicated, mostly because I was just tired at this point in the day and pretty much did the challenge on a whim. I'd been at work for 5 hours and then drew my webcomic for another 4, so I was really tired at this point. When I usually draw things like this, I try to include elements of a background, but I just focus on this bust shot. The drawing is actually of me. Initially, I was going to draw my main girl Belladonna from my comic, but I just randomly changed my mind while I was sketching, and we're here now. I assume that the choice to draw myself is mostly influenced by the fact that when I was at a Cape Town concert, someone complimented my hair, and I'm easily flattered and was feeling nice about myself. Also, it seems fitting that if I'm going to demolish a drawing with my left hand, I'm at least the only one in the crossfire. Belladonna doesn't deserve that. Also, if you'd seen my other video, you might have noticed that I filmed this one differently using screen recording instead of using the Procreate instant recording that's embedded in the program. I thought it would be more satisfying to watch since I spend so much time when I'm drawing selecting stuff for colors, and you can't really see that in the recordings that Procreate just has. But I also tend to zoom in a lot while I'm drawing, so if this format annoys someone, please tell me. It does feel more accurate to how I draw, since there are occasionally very long pauses where I have an existential crisis about what I'm doing, but to each their own. I also realized while editing that I'm actually filming the entire thing wrong, which kind of makes the entire point of this experiment moot. I wanted the entire Procreate layout to fit in the box I usually have over here, but I was dumb and filmed it vertically and didn't notice the entire time. So in future videos with this format, that would be fixed. I might make another one like this just to test out the format differences, because that mistake really annoys me. Anyway, this challenge actually reminded me that when I was younger, I used to really want to be left-handed. I remember when I was 5, my parents set down a pencil to see which hand I'd pick it up with to test if I was right-handed or left-handed, and I was actually devastated when my first instinct was to pick it up with my right hand because I'd really wanted to be left-handed. When I was little, I always told people I was ambidextrous. Ambidextrous? How do you say that? But I wasn't. I just kind of thought I could will it into existence, and it did not work. I mostly blame this fixation on being left-handed on my aunt, who I think is very cool, who is left-handed, so I just kind of wanted to be like her. However, I'm not left-handed, as you are going to see in this video. Whenever I see artists doing this challenge, I'm always so surprised at how nice they can make their non-dominant handed drawing look, usually while they are complaining that it sucks. So I went into this challenge actually thinking it was going to be okay, just a little wonky, and boy was I wrong. I don't use my left hand for anything besides maybe typing, and it is so weak. Oh my god. This drawing that you're seeing right now, where I'm drawing with my left hand, is me giving my absolute 100%, I swear. I'm just perishing. I didn't want to be like one of those Pinterest art memes or whatever, where one side is very clearly no effort and the other side is super fancy and it's got the check mark and the X. I didn't want that, but it just was bad. It didn't go well. While I was drawing this, I kept bursting out into laughter and turning off my screen recording 3 separate times because I'd hit the power button and then just turn everything off. So I have one really long video where everything is normal, and then there's a bunch of other shorter videos that I had to edit in from me not being able to handle the monstrosity I was creating. There is one point where I'm coloring the hair on the left side and forgot to press record, so when the hair magically appears, that is why. I just cannot get over how weak the line art was. Line art is something I see a lot of people dislike, but it's actually kind of my favorite part. That could be just because I hate coloring with a passion, but also like colored drawings, so I'm always like, oh man, I need to color anyway. But I actually like doing line art. That also could be because I draw my line art with like the Procreate 6B pencil, so I'm not trying to make it smooth. So that could be why I like it more than other people. I definitely blame like specifically Daredevil and the Champions, like those comics, for the way I want to do line art. I don't know if I'm achieving it, but seeing it at a young age changed my brain chemistry and made me really, really want to, sorry, I'm under a blanket, it's really hot. I don't even know if it's insulating the things, but there's a heat emergency right now. What am I doing? My AC is off. This is just madness over here. Madness, I say. I just cannot get over how weak the line art was. I mean, I know it is because my left hand is just weak, but line art is my favorite part of drawing, and it pains me. It pains me to see it go this way. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like line art, but I don't like coloring, so line art wins in terms of favorite part of drawing. That also could be because I'm not trying to make it smooth, and I'm sure the smooth line art is something that really, really annoys people. Like while they're drawing it, they're like, oh no, the line isn't smooth enough or something. I don't know. I don't do it. I've actually been thinking I kind of want to try to do smooth line art at some point, but I don't know. I'm like, it scares me, and yeah, so I've just been not doing it. Line art is something I'd like to get better at, specifically using that comic booky style of super intense shadow with just like straight up blacken spots. So I might be doing more art like that in the near to distant future, but who knows, because I might be burning out because I'm doing too much at once. It's hard to tell, but I feel really tired and I'm actually sick right now. This is going to be a very disorganized video. One thing I'll say about this challenge is it does make you feel better about the first drawing, because I actually did not like it originally, but then when it was next to the left side, I was sitting there like, oh, I'm an art god actually, which is the power of comparison, I guess. I showed one of my friends the completed version of the left hand versus right hand, and she said she wouldn't have guessed it was with my non-dominant hand, and I cannot decide if that was a compliment or a burn. She continued this train of thought to explain that it looks like a slightly spookier drawing, which I can get behind, because now that I've created this, I would be unsurprised if it starts showing up in my nightmares. The one on the left, they've seen some things. I will say, if you're an artist and thinking about doing this challenge, I definitely recommend it. It's a fun little exercise, although you might be very, very frustrated while doing the non-dominant hand, because that hand is so much weaker than you expect it to be. And you also might laugh and accidentally turn off your recording, like several times, and make your editing self's life much too complicated. These are all risks of doing the challenge. This one turned out a lot ramblier than my other one, I think, which is my bad. But I thought it would be a fun challenge to try out. I might do a different version where I try a little harder on the actual illustration itself, because I feel like maybe just doing the bust shot is just kind of like, it's too lenient. I need it to be harder. But yeah, I think that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed my rambling about this weird challenge and the failure that is the left-handed side of this drawing. Closing thoughts. Drink water, be nice to yourself, and keep drawing. If you liked this video, leave a like or subscribe. It is very hot under this blanket that I'm recording under, so I'ma go. I hope you have a lovely day, and I hope this was entertaining at least. That's all I got. That's all I have.